How did the Lakers let this slip away? Bro?
Didn't I say something yesterday similar?
Yeah.
12 points. You were 12. 12 is nothing.
Well,
20 is nothing. There was no point in that game that I felt
it was over.
It's over.
I agree.
At 20, I was like, first of all, again,
I did. I felt it was
NBA,
over when it was at 12.
When it was 20, I did not feel it was over because today's NBA, you can come back from that, especially when you're defending champions. But here's the thing. The Lakers didn't let it slip away. The Nuggets took it.
Thank you.
The Nuggets snatched it. All right? They big boyed them. And I'm about to explain how.
Okay.
All right? And for as great, Jokic, y'all know the stat line. 27 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Only 8 of those types of games have been played in the history of the NBA. He has 4 of them.
In the playoffs. Yep. He's got
in the
4.
Playoffs, right.
Yeah.
He has 4.
25, 20, and 10.
So
he
as
has 4 of the 8.
Yeah, as great as he was, and obviously Jamal Murray being the hero with the shot, there was an unsung hero, and it was Aaron Gordon. Yep. All right? Aaron Gordon, when they went down 20, Denver called a timeout, 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Michael Malone put Aaron Gordon on Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, to that point, had 30 points. All right? He got 2 points, 1 basket over the final 22 minutes, and it wasn't just AD disappearing. You can blame him if you want, but it was Aaron Gordon locking him down. Here's a graphic. He was killing Jokic.
Killing him.
Killing Jokic.
Yeah,
which, you know, Jokic's not an awesome defender, so, but still.
And it was having an impact on Jokic's offense.
Yes.
Hey,
he was. He was a little more off than you think. And he shut AD down, and that's why the Lakers' offense went down. They were outscored 53-31 from that point on. Yep. So Aaron Gordon, and then, of course, I think we showed it earlier, but he out-hustles Austin Reeves with 1:17 left, get the offensive rebound and pass it to MPJ. Yeah, with the three-pointer. And this play is going to also signify why they took it. One team was clutch and one team was not. Now, the Lakers weren't bad. They were 3-6, 3-6 down the stretch, 3 of 6.
Yeah, I didn't think that. Go ahead.
3 of 6. LeBron missed a wide open shot. Now, LeBron was fantastic in the fourth quarter, but he missed a wide open shot, and that's the lack of room for error you have against this team. So
totally true.
They were 3-6 from the field, the Lakers down the stretch. The Nuggets were 7 of 7. Here it is. You just saw MPJ hit the 3. All right. Before that, Jokic, and I want Joel Embiid and all the rest of y'all 7-footers in the NBA to take heed. He backed down, all right? He's playing out by the pinch post and the three-point line for a lot of the game. He backs AD down, said, we need a bucket. I'm a big boy, and puts in the layup. And then, of course, Jamal, not just the game winner, but the 20-footer before that with 30 seconds to play. Now, LeBron, again, huge in the clutch with the 2 threes, the three-point play, the steal and the dunk.
The whole thing.
But the wide-open shot he missed. Rui missed a wide-open 3 with about 2 minutes left. Austin Reeves missed the open 3 with a minute. So one team was clutch and one team was not.
So the last part, I would argue Denver was perfect in the clutch, and the Lakers were simply good in the clutch, and perfect beats good. But I can go micro to macro on how the Lakers lost.
Sure.
I'm going to go for the most granular is, and this is why sports are great and it's why they're torturous, is the play Brew talked about. LeBron, age 39, 47 minutes in, reads a play perfectly, gets the steal, gets the dunk. And then Jokic makes, honestly, maybe his only mistake of the night, trying to get a silly foul there.
Yeah, you're right.
And the ball's going, he's trying to draw a foul, the ball's going out of bounds. It's Lakers ball up 3 with 75 seconds left. Aaron Gordon makes an unbelievable play, outmuscles Austin Reeves, gets it to Michael Porter Jr. If that doesn't happen, flatly, I believe the Lakers win the game. You can disagree, but that's the very micro, right? The in-between micro and macro is the 10 or 7-minute stretch in the third quarter, from the time the Lakers went up 74-55, they went 10 consecutive empty possessions. And it went Rui missed 3, AD missed 3, AD turnover, Rui missed dunk, D'Lo missed 3, LeBron missed jumper, AD turnover, Gabe missed 3, AD missed jumper, and then the AD offensive foul, which I think was one of the most critical moments of the game because he picked up his 4th foul. He then had to go to the bench early.
They still were up 10 going into the 4th.
I understand that, but that was them having 10 straight empty possessions when Denver still hadn't really clicked in offensively. If they play better, there's the second straight third quarter that they didn't do it. Can I finish real quick, Wise?
Yeah, that's why I'm raising my hand.
But the macro reason they lost and the real reason they lost is because the Denver Nuggets employ the apex predator of the NBA.
Oh, I like that. It's like a shark.
And that game, for large portions of it, it felt like Jokic was having an off night. And he finished 27, 20, and 10. That game.
9 of 16.
9 of 16. Right. That game, every time in the 4th quarter he got the ball, you expected him to score.
Yep.
That game, Anthony Davis played, I thought, as well as he could on both ends and ended up, by the end of it, being outplayed. And
so, okay, let's break this down a little bit because I agree with a lot of what they're both, what everyone's kind of saying here. And that's why I take issue with the question of how did the Lakers let this slip away? Because not only did the Lakers not let it slip away, but then I also reject the notion that that means that the Nuggets took it away. Basketball is such an interesting sport that kind of separates it from especially football, because there's no real rhyme or reason why in the first quarter you go 0 for 3 from threes, and then in the 4th quarter you go 3 for 3 from threes. Now, obviously, the teams impact each other and influence each other, right? Obviously, you can make adjustments and defensive schemes and run various offensive plays, zones, all this type of stuff. So it's not to say, obviously, there's no effect on, what the other team is doing. Like, it was either Brew or I think it was Brew who said about Aaron Gordon now going on AD and how that kind of changed things up. That undeniably influenced it. But again, D'Angelo Russell, the reason why the Lakers were up by so much was because D'Angelo Russell was just knocking down shot after shot after shot. It was like unbelievable, right? He could not miss. And that's going to balance out. So if your lead is based off of just these players hitting shots while the other team is not hitting their shots, and that is where the lead is, then eventually the law of averages comes about. And so as the game continues to play, if that guy now who was making all the shots is no longer making all those shots, and the guy who was missing all those shots is no longer missing all his shots and is now making them, the gap shrinks. So that's really actually the true macro of everything that happened. Everything else to me is micro, whether it be that unbelievable play by Aaron Gordon to save the ball, the bad play by Jokic, of course Aaron Gordon going on AD and all of that. But to me, when a team is winning, you have to look at why are they winning? What's actually happening? And we saw this with the Warriors during their dynastic run in so many games. The Warriors would be down by 15, 20 points a lot. And it's because Steph wasn't going yet. Clay wasn't going yet. In those games, he wasn't hitting those threes just yet. They weren't falling because it was just the universe. Like, again, when Steph Curry misses a 3 when he's wide open, it's like, why did he miss? What's going on? Now, again, that's why you have to really look and see what's happening. Because if D'Angelo Russell was making these unbelievable shots and it was just the best defense, and the reason why Jamal Murray was missing his shots was because the defense was just so good on him, and so that's why he was missing them, and it wasn't just like, well, hey, this is just odds, you can't roll, sixes every single time. It's just like, what's going on? So that's why when you actually really look and see, if you watch that game, it's very clear as day. The shots were simply just not falling for the Nuggets, and every single shot was dropping for the Lakers. Now, some games that trend continues for the whole quarter, for the whole game. In other games, it's not. It's just for a quarter, a half, 3/4, and then the well dries. We've seen this a lot where someone is so hot. You also see this in football too, right? Like you're stopping your defense is playing great throughout the whole game, and then the other team finally gets the lead, and now you can't stop them. You just can't stop them. They're getting everything they want, and it's just like, what the heck? Or vice versa. You've been scoring on them the whole time, and now the other team finally gets the lead, and now you get the ball back, and you all of a sudden you just can't get the ball downfield. Right, the run game is just suddenly not working. And you see that in basketball too, right? D'Angelo Russell, whoever we want to say, Jamal Murray, any player is making shot after shot after shot, and in the last 10 minutes, it's just everything's rimming out. And that's what was happening with the Nuggets. Everything was halfway down. Reggie Miller was like beside himself. He was like, I don't know, I've never seen this many shots go halfway down and rim out like that. And again, we don't know what the explanation for it is. It just is what it is. It's just literally the powers that be. So that's why this whole idea of letting a lead slip away, I just reject. It was just how the game unfolded. Because if we had a more evenly distributed averages throughout the game would have just been a back and forth game, throughout the whole game. And at the very end, it just is that the Nuggets end up on top. But because everything was so stacked in the beginning for one team and at the end for the other, it makes it look like it's bigger than it really was. But it's kudos to the Nuggets for not giving up, for keeping with it. Jamal Murray and all of that, and Jokic definitely getting some key points and baskets. When you definitely in the moments when it was, you gotta have it. And anytime the Lakers were now kind of coming back and stretching their lead again, the Nuggets were able to just come right back and be like, no, we are keeping this game close. We are going for this. And that's also the difference between a team like the Nuggets and the Lakers, because the Nuggets are healthy, younger, their stars are in their prime, and they have the confidence of champions because they've just recently won, obviously. While the Lakers really only have that pedigree with AD and LeBron. They're both older, especially obviously LeBron, and it's just unsustained. Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, they're all in their head. They've never really been here. I know they've had some playoff success, but they're not champions. They know they need to step up. They feel that pressure, and they can't do it. We know D'Angelo Russell's like all in his head because he makes a basket and he's like, that's right, I can do this. I told you I can do this. It's like the little engine that could. I think I can. And then even Reggie Miller has a comment. He goes, that's how you shut up NBA Twitter. This whole narrative, all those narratives, that can only get you so far. When you have to keep talking yourself up, game after game after game, moment after moment, quarter after quarter, that can only carry you so long. You either got it or you don't. Jokic has it. Jamal Murray has it. Aaron Gordon has it. Michael Porter Jr. has it. They've done it. They've hit the big shots. Jamal Murray was able to speak on experience where he knew what he wanted to do. He saw when he made a move, when he talked about it post-game about, I knew AD was going to step forward. And so he knew exactly what he was going to do in that moment. It just all came together for him. It wasn't just like, I'm going to get the ball and I'm just going to dribble and shoot and, whatever happens. Like he was anticipating what AD was going to do, and then he responded based off of that. Why? Because he knows what to do. Because he's been there. Because he has the confidence. He has the confidence to keep shooting even when he's missing, which is what like a Steph Curry has, and a Klay Thompson, and a Reggie Miller, and a Ray Allen. That's not what the other pieces have for the Lakers. LeBron has that. AD has that. Not a single other player for the Lakers has that. And this is what I've said. The Lakers are an inferior team. And the only reason why we talk about them so much is because of LeBron James, of course, and the fact that the Los Angeles Lakers are obviously a massive brand. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Do you think the Lakers let this slip away? Do you think the Denver Nuggets took it from them? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.